Nobody wants to get old, especially me. It's really frightening right now at my age. But every now and then I see something that gets me excited about the prospect of getting old. It's like I was having breakfast at this diner, and this old guy, like mid-80s, he walks in, and before he even sits down, he goes, "If I don't get a fresh cup of coffee right now, I'm divorcing you." And it's just like, I was sitting there and like my first thought was, fucking awesome. That was awesome. I mean, could you think of a cooler way to order a cup of coffee? If I don't get a cup of coffee right now, I'm divorcing you. The waitress he was talking to wasn't even the dude's wife, you know? But in his mind, they were married, and if he didn't get a cup of coffee, there would be fucking consequences, you know? And it's just like, only when you're old and you don't give a shit, there's like nonsensical threats, like work, you know? It's like, if I don't get a cup of coffee, I'm divorcing you. If I don't get my eggs 5 minutes later, I'm lighting you on fire and fucking you. I mean, like, who says that? You know, that wouldn't work when you're 27, but when you're 80, it doesn't matter, you know? And I was just thinking, how cool would it be to go to the bar with that guy? You know, it's like, it's one of those bars where it's like super crowded, and it takes like 45 minutes to get a drink because the bartender's only serving people with vaginas. And like, so the guy walks in and he's like, "If I don't get a drink right now, I'm going to take a shit on your bar. I swear to God, I'm going to freak out and I'm going to take a shit on your bar. I swear to God, I'm this close to like sticking my head under the tap, you know, because I'm old and I don't give a shit." So drinks for me and my friend Aaron. Thank you, old man. I never got his name. All right. So I started online dating recently, and it just, thank you. It's just super weird and awkward. It's just, here's the thing. It's like I wonder, like, how did I get to this place where, like, I need to meet people online, and then, like, a little voice in the back of my head goes, Asian porn, and then I'm like, oh yeah, and now I remember. But it's kind of like, it's like, I waited till the end of law school, to the end of classes. I'm in law school right now, and I waited till the end of classes to start this online dating thing because when I was in law school, like, I really hated myself, and you can't date someone when you hate yourself, because you're a fucking bummer. Like, who's gonna date you, right? Like, I could be dating a meth addict who just abandoned her kids, you know, to solely do meth. And she would be like, "You're pretty depressing." And, you know, and I would just be like, "Yeah, I know, you really shouldn't be dating me right now." No, but it's just like, it's super weird, and it's kind of like, it's basically a crash course on like how to be awkward online, you know? It's like I'm not awkward enough in real life. I have to like spread it to the internet, you know? It's like a kind of like some type of mad scientist, like my awkwardness will take over the world someday. But what's the weirdest part is when you meet these people, like, you know, it's like you talk to them online for a bit and then you have to actually meet them. And it's like you go into a restaurant and you're like, "Hey, are you cutie 29469er?" And you're just sitting across from this person and you're going, "No, goddamn, you must have really photoshopped the shit out of your profile picture because I had no idea that you were a dude," you know? And it's just like, it's really bad, you know? And, yeah, no, it's just like, it's really, really awkward. And, fuck, wish I had a list because I totally forgot the next part of the spit. No, it's super awkward, and fuck, what was I gonna say? I can't believe I'm blanking out right now.
I use my list.
I heard you stuff. I'm good. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Alright, so, I'm sorry. So, here's the thing, I kind of like have to do this online dating thing because the other option is kind of like meeting girls at bars. And apparently I suck at it. You know, and like here's the thing, it's like it's like my sense of humor is a little weird and it's pretty dry, so people like don't really understand that I'm joking with them. And I have a tendency to take jokes a little bit too far. So all that equals fucking disaster. You know, it's kind of like, if you understand where I'm kind of coming from, like I'm a funny motherfucker, but if you don't, I'm a little bit of a creep. And here's like a perfect example of that. So my two friends, who are a couple, like invited me to like have this like blind date type thing. Blind group date or whatever you want to call it. So I go there and like 5 minutes into it I'm like, this is bullshit. I was like, this girl's bullshit. We had nothing in common. I was sitting across and it, like the conversation quickly digressed to like, my favorite color is blue, what's yours, you know? And then it got to the point where it was just like awkward silence interrupted by declarative statements. Like I'm sitting across from her going, I'm eating a chicken taco. Your shirt is blue. Your boobs are huge. So finally I was like, fuck this is bullshit. So I find a girl, across the way, and I'm like, she's pretty cute. And I talked to one of my friends, and I find out that her name is Carrie. So I go up to her, and I'm like, what's up, Carrie? How's it going? And she's like, pretty good. How did you know my name? And I go, because I've been stalking you. and then it's like, FYI, I like to sleep on my stomach as well. And later on in the night, I tried to give her my number. I did. I tried to give her my number, and I did one of those things where I like take her phone from her to make sure she dialed the right numbers. So I'm like, no, it's 732-233-5770, not 911. You are adorable. You're so cute. You know, we have so much in common. And she was like, all right, you know what? I need to go home. Or, I fucked that up. She goes, you know what? I gotta go. And I'm like, all right, I'll see you later. And she's like, no, I'm not going to another bar. I'm going home. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'll see you later. And so, like 2 weeks later, I'm talking to my friend. I'm like, Carrie still hasn't like responded to my Facebook request. And he's like, yeah, that's because she thinks you're a rapist. And I'm like, what? You know, when did stalking pickup lines didn't work? And he's like, yes, it's forever. And I was like, really shit. Okay, I didn't know that. But you know, we all have one of those friends who's like really good in bars, you know? He's like really good at like, I have one of those friends. It's like when they enter the bar, they'll talk to like every girl. Like every girl. And I have one of these friends, and the main flaw in his strategy, if you want to call it that, is that he's like fall down drunk when he does it, like just wasted. Like, and I don't know what he's thinking. It's like, I guess he thinks there's some girl out there who's like, my idea of the perfect guy is he's like 5'11". He has like an athletic build, blonde hair, blue eyes, and just like a little bit of vomit right here, and just some on his shirt. Oh God, there's nothing hotter than a guy like throwing up in the toilet saying he loves you. Oh, you know, it's like, because that's basically the level he's at when he's trying to hit on these girls. So, yeah, I see the king. Yeah, and so.